searching for the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl. Oh, when it just makes sense. Oh, it's your red-pilled brown girl. Get into the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Crystal. It's your red pilled brown girl. How you guys doing? Oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm late. So technology. It's a gift and a curse, but I'm here. Nevertheless, I want to make sure I chat with you guys because it is so much going down. I live in Baltimore. I'm a Baltimore county resident. Not the city, but what happened with the boat actually happened like probably 3-4 miles away from my house. So really sad about it. Oh my gosh, you guys, like prayers for the family, prayers for the city. I am just kind of like, what happened? But you know, MAGA going MAGA. You know us MAGA crew. Oh my God, if you're watching, you are MAGA all the way. And you know MAGA going MAGA. Y'all seen that movie Leave the World Behind, right? And you remember what the beginning of the movie was? And what came up on the shore at the beach in the beginning of the movie? Y'all, something about this math ain't mathin'. It's not mathin', but I am not going to try and speculate. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but only lean on Jesus' name. That's how I feel, right? Like at this point, our government is dishonest. They're lying to us. Like we don't know anything that's going on. And us sitting up here trying to investigate and go crazy and oh my God, what's happening? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. And that's how you got to kind of live this life at this point, right? Like, I feel like getting all upset and kind of going crazy about like what's going on. However, this is really important about that whole boat thing. Where that Baltimore ship was coming from is one of the largest importers and exporting areas in the country, if not the largest. So that means immediately we're going to have supply chain issues like never before. And the cost of things are going to go up. And it is going to be horrific for a lot of our, just everyday citizens. It's just really sad, and then you hear like people, or you start to think about people like Pete Buttigieg. My friend KJ calls him Pete Booty Juice. He talks about like roads being racist and bridges being racist. Well, yeah, absolutely they are, especially when the government allows these types of things to happen and it affects the everyday citizen. I mean, like the person who has money and who has access doesn't have to worry about the cost of things going up. So it's just a really sad time right now. Continue to keep Baltimore in your prayers. Continue to, just pray for our nation because it is getting crazy out here. But that's not what y'all came to talk about. Y'all came to talk about the juiciness of RFK. Hold on. Okay, so y'all, I did a whole video on RFK. I got issues with him. I've always had issues with RFK, even though I like what he did with the medicine and the vaccines. A broken clock is right twice a day, okay? So you can get it right twice a day. But overall, RFK is what he is. And what he is a Democrat. That dude is a Democrat. He ain't never changed. I don't know what conservatives were thinking. Oh my God, I like what he's saying because he's talking about vaccines and the health industry and big pharma. That's about it. Then the two roads diverge in the sunset, okay? Because homeboy is about as liberal as they come. He's about as liberal as they come. It is really, really scary just to even think about him. So, his VP pick is a young lady. She is 38 years old. She is not into politics at all. And her name is Nicole Shanahan. Ain't she cute? Oh, cute little thing. Ain't she cute? Hold on. Let me show you, you guys. Ain't she cute? Okay. So, we ain't got no problem with Nicole. So, this is interesting. Nicole is 38 years old. Nicole was married to a billionaire. Like, so she comes from money, okay? Like let me not say she comes from money. She got money because she was married to one of the Google founders. And she's divorced now. She's a mom. She mentioned that her child was diagnosed with autism. So the whole RFK vaccine thing is very personal for her. She is very, very wealthy and has repeatedly given money to the Democratic Party. She's a Democrat, like all day long. Like in her speech when they announced her running, she mentions that she is a Democrat and she feels disavowed with the Democrat Party. She sounds to me very white liberal female. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. She's very smart. She's very pretty. But sis is going to save the world. You know how every white liberal is, you know? They got all the white liberal ladies got they got the answer to everybody's problems. They can fix the world. They don't need Jesus. They just need their debit card and their workout plan and their books that they've studied. That's all they need. They don't need anything else. They just, they got the answer to everything. So, and then on top of it, she's a millennial. And y'all know how we are, okay? We just think we know everything. And so it's not a matter for me of like or dislike. I'm not voting for no Democrat. You can wrap I don't care if he was running on the Republican ticket. He is still a Democrat. He is a Democrat. And that's really good for us as Republicans. RFK, let me tell you so about this ticket, you guys. I got a major problem with him because he is the main one that is against medicine and vaccines and all this kind of thing with the medical industry. But when he was pressed about the trans community and trans children, he was pressed about it and said, do you believe in puberty blockers? Homeboy said, I do not have enough information about puberty blockers to know if they are good for children or not. Excuse me? I do not have enough information about puberty blockers to know if they are good for children or not. RFK, see, See, this is why, y'all. This is why. This is why. So then RFK started talking about reparations. Then, old girl, when she did her speech, she started talking about disparities in black and brown communities, and all of that is communist. And y'all, we are not going for it. But if he takes votes away from Joe Biden, which I'm hoping that he's doing, because if you're MAGA, you are not voting for RFK, period. If you're trying to make America great again, you are not voting for RFK. If you are trying to, if you don't like Trump, fine. But if you vote for RFK, a vote for RFK is a vote for Joe Biden, period. Sorry. So I think MAGA, we're good. But Joe Biden, I just hope, nothing happened to him, that they're going to try to get rid of him or something like that. You know how that party is. Sorry. No speculation. But I hope he's safe. I wish him the best. But conservatives, Republicans, don't fall for it. That girl is a white liberal. She's like half Chinese, too. Nothing wrong with Chinese people. I love Chinese people. Her mama Chinese, y'all. Her mama's Chinese. She got a Chinese mama. I mean, hey. I'm not saying nothing, y'all. Y'all not going to get me to say nothing. But yeah, RFK is a whole problem. And we just don't need to fall for that. We don't need to fall for that. We don't need to fall for that. He's got problems. Anyway, so let's talk about DeSantis' new law. So he has a new law in Florida. And I like DeSantis. I have tremendous amount of respect for anybody that serves our country in the military and serves in Congress and now governor. Don't like the way he kind of do President Trump. Happy he endorsed him, but definitely don't like the way he tried to do him. But I got a tremendous amount of respect for Ron DeSantis. So Ron has got this new law where he is banning social media for minors younger than 14 years old, right? That's it, right? So he's banning it for minors, period. So social media banned for minors. Let me make sure I get you guys the right information. So Ron DeSantis he is banning social media for minors age. So the ages, anybody under 14. So I was right. Anybody under 14 cannot have a social media account, and they are going to cancel it. Like, cancel it. If your 14-year-old had a social media account, they are going to cancel it immediately when this bill passes. And I guess, I've heard a lot of people with being very, very emotional about it. Like, of course, you don't want your 14-year-old to be affected, negatively impacted by social media. And I know a lot of bullying goes on in social media, and I know a lot of, just major issues when it comes to social media with kids being very insecure. Their self-esteem is impacted. A lot of suicidal behaviors or activities have been linked to social media when it comes to children. Children have been exposed to pornography when it comes to a lot of the internet, period. And so I understand Ron DeSantis. He has small kids, right? So I have small kids. I am very, very careful about what my kids are watching. I always want to hear, like, if they get quiet or they're on the phone, I'm like, what's going on? So I get it, right? Um, we have to focus on our kids, and I'm a big proponent of focus on the kids, focus on the kids. I guess I don't really know how I feel about the government overreach. You guys, the government is not your parents. Let me repeat that. The government is not the parents. The government is supposed to be in support of the parents and the parents, but ultimately your government will use the same powers that you give them to help you to turn around and weaponize it. So, although I understand where Ron DeSantis is going with the whole social media thing and banning it, I don't like the whole bill passing and the whole government overreach. Like, it is time for parents to really stand up and take your child off of social media. Monitor what your child is doing. My kids in particular, I told my child cannot have Instagram, cannot have Facebook right now. Just not old enough. Not secure within who they are to so that's what mom has to do. That's what dad has to do. Now, whether or not Ron DeSantis is doing it, I don't know how I feel, you guys. I really don't. I really don't. So I know he means well. I really do. I love all the things that he did with the school. I love with, the book bannings from the school. I love what he did with the DEI and corporations. You can't force them. Like those types of things, those regulations are good because it gives the power back to the individual. To me, any taking away the power of the individual, it kind of bothers me. Because what if there's hypothetically, you guys, what if there's a special reason that the child needs a social media account and their parent is looking over it? I heard Pat David say that his child has a social media account, and he said, I look over it, I manage it because my child, I want to have opportunities for, opportunities for modeling. I want my child to have opportunities for sports. I want my child to have those types of opportunities, and I look over it. So that is a parent that's taking action. And so I don't like anything that takes more power away from the people. So I don't know. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to keep watching it. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. I am super, super interested because I know Ron DeSantis is, I believe, let me say this. I was about to say, I know. I believe his heart is for the people and to do the right thing for children and individuals. However, I do think that this is a little bit of a government overreach. Thanks, but no thanks. I will monitor my child. I will monitor his phone. He will have what I want him to have. Period. I don't know. That's how I feel. Anyway, let me know what you think. Moving right along, the next story is actually pretty funny because we were just talking about this yesterday. Y'all. Ronna got fired, y'all. Ronna got fired. What did she think was going to happen? You remember what we talked about yesterday? Ronna McRomney got fired. I don't know what Ronna thought was going to happen, but people don't like disloyalty on any scale. We are just naturally, even if, I might think something is funny, if I don't like you and then I see somebody do something to you, I might think it's funny, but it's not going to make me respect that person who did it because, disloyalty is just, ugh. And so she thought that she was going to go over to NBC and all was going to be well with the world. And sis didn't even last 2 days. Chuck Todd got that thing out of there. Which I think is a little shady anyway, because Chuck Todd, like, look at you. That boy goes where the wind blows, okay? Like, Chuck Todd is just one of the messiest. He's just so messy. And so I just kind of feel like he's the pot calling the kettle black, because you sit up here talking about Rana, like, bro, you should have been gone a long time ago. So in that regard, I don't really, but it is pretty funny because she is getting a hard lesson about these Democrats. Like, they don't want you. They don't want you. They don't. They want to use you, Liz Cheney. They want to use you, Liz Cheney. That's what they want to do. Sorry. I thought everybody knew. Didn't Ronna work with them long enough to know? Anywho, don't come back here over. Don't be asking Fox for a job, girl. We are not interested in anything that you got to say after you done talked about the January 6th hostages. We ain't got nothing you got to say. Anyways, I just had to say that. So, guys, oh my God. This P. Diddy thing is getting pretty serious. This is not just a Cassie thing. This is not just a Cassie. And you know her hold'em. She wanted to be with a rock star. Y'all already know how I feel about that. But this is getting serious. Like, Diddy is getting, like, investigated for, like, crimes. Diddy, come on. What are you doing out there, bro? They are starting to look into his past like never before. They are saying that they're trying to link him to a lot of crime, not just the human trafficking, which you already know. I do not believe that Cassie was human trafficked. She wanted to be a trap star. She wanted to be a rock star. But they're investigating him for some other like serious crimes. And if that's the case, you guys, then this is a whole nother situation. And I will be back to give my thoughts and my opinions on it, because I ain't with that, bro. Like, they're even going back. Like, I was on Pat Bet Davis show. I was watching the Pat Bet Davis show, and they were talking about the Biggie murders. And the Tupac murder. Diddy? I don't know what you doing, bro. I admire somebody who is innovative and creative, and this man was an entrepreneur, and he ended up like being the first in his family to bring his family out of poverty. Those are all the American way. But Negroes will try every single time. I thought he was okay when, I've been a Diddy fan, so I've been watching him since, making the band with Babs, and Sarah, and Dylan. Y'all remember Dylan? Like, that's what I remember. But I mean, if he is doing some serious crimes, no, we not doing that. So I hope whatever is going on comes out, and if there's any victims, like, I'm praying for those victims. But Diddy, get it together. Get it together. Because that's crazy. I mean, Diddy, you got way too much to lose. Way too much to lose. But you know what happens with these celebrities, you guys? These celebrities, they get so on a high. They feel like they're untouchable. They get sloppy and dirty and trifling. And that's what I believe happened to Diddy. And now is coming home to roost. The chickens are coming home to roost. And like the Bible is always true, you guys. It says, what is done in the dark will come to the light. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Those who soweth into destruction shall of that reap destruction. Like, these are all biblical principles, you guys, that, I mean, you ain't even got to be saved to believe in it. You ain't even got to be a Bible believer to believe in it, because it's going to happen whether or not, and you see it happening now. So that's kind of the latest in the news today. I don't know. Let me know what you think, you guys. Y'all been a little quiet in the chat, but let me know what you guys think. I am sorry I was so late for this live, but I love talking to you guys. I love hanging out with you. I love, like what we do. So, I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll talk about it once we find out more about what's going on with this bridge and what's going on with Diddy and whatever else is going on. We'll chat about it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.